off from one Scott to another Scott. You may be seated. Now, I'm going to try not to be too emotional. The reason I say that is I've known Haley for many years. I was her counselor during high school. In many ways, she's like a second daughter to me. So, it's an emotional moment for me too. And it's an honor to be a part of this wedding ceremony. So let's get started then. Friends, we're here today in the presence of God, and Haley and Scott, to give thanks for the gift of marriage and to share the joy of this special moment in their lives, a moment, a time that you will never forget. A day that will be cherished and remembered all of your lives. And Christian marriage is a way of life that's been given to us by God so the husband and wife may provide for each other companionship and help and comfort and joy and most importantly, love. And the kind of love that you can find nowhere else except in marriage. Marriage is a promise of that kind of love that endures all things. In a few moments when we exchange the rings, that ring will be a symbol of that love that you will carry with you always in your relationship with one another. And marriage is not something that we enter into lightly, and according to God's word, we're commanded to treat it reverently and with honor at all times. So marriage and family are the building blocks of our society and also the building block of our church itself. Now we'll have the intent to marry, and by the way, it's very intentional. You can't get here by accident. So Scott, this is the easy part, because all you do is say, I love you, okay? So Scott, will you have this woman to be your wife, to live together in the holy covenant of marriage? Will you love her and comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, forsaking all others, be faithful to her as long as you both shall live? So all you have to say is, I will. Okay, all right, we'll do this stuff. Haley, will you have this man to be your husband, to live together in the holy covenant of marriage? Will you love him and comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, forsaking all others, be faithful to him as long as you both shall live? All right, great, all right. We're doing good. Now this part is the wedding charge, and it's the part where I'll read a passage of scripture, and I will say a few things about it. And to me it's kind of important because some of the things that I'm going to read and hear, you've heard it many times, but I want you to kind of meditate on it as I read it at this moment. Think about what it says and how it portends for the future in your relationship with one another. It's from Ephesians chapter 5, and it's the passage that's on marriage. And it reads like this: "For wives, submit to your own husbands as to the Lord, for the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, his body, and is himself its Savior. Now, as the church submits to Christ, so also the wives should submit in everything to their husbands." Husbands, you have the largest part of the deal to do here, okay? Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself for her, that he might sanctify her, having cleansed her by the washing of the water of the word, so that he might present the church to himself as a thing of splendor, without spot or wrinkle or any such thing, that she might be holy and without blemish. In the same way, husbands should love their wives as they love their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. And that's very important. For no one has hated his own flesh, but he nourishes it and he cherishes it, just as Christ does the church, because we are members of his body. And then this part I'm about to read, it comes from the book of Genesis. And it also appears again where Jesus will say these same words, and then they're repeated here. It's always been my view, anytime the Bible will mention something 3 different times, is that God is trying to get our attention. That it's something that we need to remember. And it reads this way: "Therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother, and he will hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. This mystery is profound." And I'm saying that it refers to Christ and the church. "However, let each one of you love his wife as himself, and let the wife see that she respects her husband." Love and respect is very important. The way he'll always understand that you love him is when you show him respect. And the way she will always understand that you respect her is when you show her all the love that you can, just like this book says to do. And then you will get along just fine, all right? That's how it works. But there are three things in this passage that always jump out at me. And they're the concept of leaving, sticking together, or holding fast, and cleaving, and then becoming one. By the way, remember when you were in high school, we were going, in high school, we were going through a book called Boundaries of Marriage, right? Well, this is what happens, okay? So, good. I like it. Scott's great. I love you both. You made a good selection here, all right? So the book works, Scott. She did a good job, all right? So anyway, they're getting back to believing, cleaving, and becoming one. Part of what you're doing here today is you're creating a new family unit. In that before this time, the most important man in your life up to this moment would have been your dad. Now that we enter into this relationship, the scripture says now the most important in your man becomes Scott. It's easy to remember his name. It's like your dad. It's kind of an advantage, okay? So the next part is that now, before you made the journey up here, your mother was the most important woman in your life, and from this day forward now Haley is, okay? Now, the name's not saying, but I know you remember her name. Okay, so you two, now this is what happens when we get married, and it's kind of a neat deal. Now, it's not that we don't need our moms and our dads. We absolutely do need them. They'll be a part of our lives. Our grandparents will. That's a part of our journey through life. But now, this is it, man. Y'all are devoted to one another from this time forward. The second thing that passage of Scripture says that you're to hang on to each other. If we go back to the book of Genesis and we look at the Hebrew word that's translated in the King James Version, to cleave, it would mean to be like, stick to something like sticky glue or super glue. If anybody ever used super glue, okay? I had an accident once with it. I was trying to fix a fishing pole line, the little eye on the top of it. I was using super glue to try to do it. I got it on my finger, and unfortunately I didn't realize I did, and I had a hold of the fishing pole at the same time. So what happens is I lose a lot of skin trying to fix that, because you know what? It sticks you to it kind of permanently, right? So the idea in Scripture here is that you're to hang on to each other no matter what. Now, what I can say about life, it's going to have its ups, it's going to have its downs, because there's right turns and there's left turns, and they don't always happen when you think they are. There are going to be a lot of challenges in your life as you go forward. I mean, it's just life. That's life on the planet Earth. But whenever the ride gets like that roller coaster ride where you don't know what the next thing is that's going to happen, that's when you really need to hang on to each other. That's in the difficult times and the challenging times. You never let go of each other. You cleave to each other. But the most important thing that you do is you never let go of Jesus. Amen? Because He can keep you together when everything in the world is trying to pull you apart. So you leave and you cleave and you become one. Now, many times in a wedding we'll have a unity candle, or you've probably seen where people will pour blue sand and pink sand together, and there's different things that's done in a wedding ceremony to kind of symbolize this. I always use clay dough to do this. I use a piece of pink clay dough and blue clay dough, and I put them together, the blue representing the young man, and the pink, of course, the millennium. And when you put those two together, they're still pink and blue. But if you roll that clay dough in your hands just a little bit, well, the blue and the pink begin to stick together. If you do that for about 10 or 15 minutes, what you're going to have is purple. You're not going to have blue. You're not going to have pink. You're going to have the royal color. And by the way, if you try to pull each other, if you pull that apart, well, you're pulling each other apart, right? Because you're joined together. So, but it's a process of time. We don't become one right now, okay? We are becoming one, but we become more one as time goes by. One day, all Scott will have to do is to look at you, and he will know exactly what you're going to say about whatever you're going to say. And you'll figure it out sooner than he will, okay? But at some point, that will be part of the process. And that is because you become one so much to the point that you know each other, and you know each other very well. And that's going to be a beautiful place and time in your life where you think a lot alike, even though you're completely different personality types. You will be one, mind and heart and soul. but it's progressive. It happens over time. So be patient with one another. Be kind with one another. Be compassionate to each other. Be understanding with one another as you go through this journey. It's really important. Okay, so you lead and you cleave and you become one, and you are one in Christ. That's the beauty of it. Now, we'll kind of move to the rest of the ceremony, and do have one other thing I would say. This morning I was doing my devotional, and I was reading from John 15:5. And 15:5 says, talks about how Jesus is the vine and we're the branches that lead off of that, okay, off that great vine. And I thought about how y'all are sort of that way too. What we're doing today is we're putting and making a branch more solidly connected to the vine itself. And do you know what July 7th, 2068 will be? It will be your 50th wedding anniversary. It'll be your 50th wedding anniversary.